The Red Dirt DnD podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt DnD. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Blackjack, a jackalope folk warlock.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Ziansi, a Spider-Kin.
I'm Kiri Hester, and I play Billy, a possum fighter.
I'm Connor Shenold, I play Jaska, a Yote ranger.
I'm Kim Cross, and I play Beatrix, a swashbuckling rogue.
And I'm Johnny Payne, your Dungeon Master. Join us as we continue our Tales from the Ironwood.
But I don't have a tail.
You will this time. The gentle breeze of morning enters the cave, where you decided it was safe enough to bed down after taking out the Beholder, Dr. Alucard. The two remaining bounty hunters who were once under his control stir you as they begin to pack up their comrades and return to their boss to explain what has happened. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. We're just going to go on our way now. We appreciate all the help you gave us.
Yes, well, and again, we are sorry for your loss, but we are actually in search of the rest of your party, and hopefully we'll be able to find them in this house. So I think that Pumpkin needs to lead you out because of this fey-touched realm that we're in. It's impossible to get out. So allow Pumpkin to guide you, and then we will wait here, Pumpkin, for a couple of days until you return.
All right, that sounds good. Try not to get up to any trouble while I'm gone.
I certainly hope not.
But thankfully I have your scarf, so if you do wander off, I can just sniff you back out.
Exactly.
You all take care of yourselves?
Yeah, unfortunately, with how things are going lately, I'm not sure. We'll try our best to stay here, but...
As often as you guys have shrunk, encountered goblins, been teleported to a terrible place where you have been called something you're not, it sounds like it's been a rough week.
It really has.
We could use a day off.
Which is exactly why I think we'll stay here in this cave, and I am sure nothing will happen until your return.
Yes.
But be safe, Pumpkin. Don't get into any trouble. We don't have your skills in order to find you if something happens, unfortunately. But you did mention that there's a key. I know you told us to wait until you get back, but what general direction?
Due west from here.
Excellent. Well, you travel safe.
Yep. I will see you guys when I return.
I'm glad to have met you, Pumpkin. Safe travel.
Yes, I love your keys.
Oh, thank you.
Pumpkin leaves with the two gun hunters.
Pumpkin seems nice. So this is a friend of yours that you've had for a while?
We found Pumpkin outside of this house that we think might have actually come from the Feywild.
Oh, the Feywild.
Right.
Friend is kind of a strong word, but he's been helpful, mostly.
I see.
Pumpkin is my favorite
Your favorite?
cat. He's been helping us out, and hopefully we'll find a key to this house, as Ziansi and I are working toward getting back to the Feywild, and maybe finding out what's going on here in this forest.
So you and Zianse are work. So the two of you were friends to begin with?
Oh yeah, we've done a lot of things together.
Don't tell her everything, because, there's some things that we don't need to talk about.
Right.
Because...
The important thing to remember is that when Blackjack is telling a story, most of the time it sounds like it's not true at all, but it almost always is. And the second thing to remember is that it's mostly all his fault.
I've started to learn to live with that. At first I used to blame Ziansi, because it was so much easier to blame him because he's a spider. But as I've grown and learned, I've realized it's probably my fault. And I'm going to do it again.
Well, the second time you'll do it, and the third and the fourth, maybe you'll be better each time.
Well, that's my bet. I am getting better at things.
So, Beatrix, you know what the Feywild is, but you're not from there?
I do know what the Feywild is, and I cannot say with any certainty whether I am or am not from there.
Well, since we're all getting to know each other, they're looking for a key to a house, but let me show you what I'm looking for. And he walks over with one of his spell books. And he opens it up and he flips to a crude drawing of what looks like a pecan sitting upright. And it has been shucked by having its sides pulled off, but they're all still connected at the bottom, so almost like it's a four-pronged claw.
Ooh, oh.
This is something very important to me that I need. It's a pecan that falls off of a tree here in the Ironwoods only once every 20 years.
Aha.
Have you seen anything like this anywhere?
Anywhere. Not that I recall.
Might be made of metal, might be rusty.
I can't say that I have seen it in its own form. I can say that through my life experiences and the collections that I have made and that my family has made through the years, that's not the first that I've seen a sketching of such a thing.
Dart to Twitch's face.
That might make sense since it drops every 20 years. Two can never exist at the same time. So you probably have seen a sketch of it because it is a very valuable item. And he slams the book shut closed, goes and packs it back up in his pouch.
Twitch, I was just wondering, looking at your book, not that book, your spell book that you use.
Yes?
Well, I have a book as well, given to me to learn spells. And I was wondering if you had any spells that were of a ritual basis.
I have a few that are of a ritual basis.
Because I was thinking I could copy yours and you could copy mine.
Maybe one day, I suppose that could...
This is something to think about. Just something to think about.
Oh, noted. Thank you.
And I'm actually going to sit down and I'm going to start casting a ritual spell. It take 10 minutes. And as I cast this ritual spell, and in front of me appears this creature.
Oh.
It's my familiar. And it is a weasel.
Oh.
And I say, see, I've learned spells like this one to create a familiar. This is Vin.
Ah, a rodent!
No, wait.
Stab.
No, he's with us.
Excuse me? A rodent?
But see, he is not smart rodent. You are smart rodent.
Yes,
He's not actually a rodent. He's actually a fey being who just happens to look like a rodent. His name is Vin Weasel.
Vin Weasel.
So, we also have a companion here who can search out things for us.
Pumpkin will be offended that you replace him.
Well, I'd like to think about it as we just gained another friend.
I think it's very useful, Blackjack.
Thank
Very
you.
useful indeed.
Another furry companion just kind of seems to fit with the furries here.
Blackjack, you've been impressing me more and more every day, but you said something earlier about your feet.
Oh, yeah. There's a tradition in some realms where rabbit foot are really lucky. And in some realms, jackalope folk don't even, they're mythical. And so some people get weird ideas about jackalope folk having incredibly magical feet.
And this is just a superstition.
It's what Blackjack keeps telling me.
It's not superstition. I have the luckiest feet around. Just ask anybody. You should see how lucky my feet are. Have I told you about my lucky feet?
Looky how.
Well, it just kind of gets me out of danger.
No offense, I seem to recall quite a few times that...
Well, it's usually if someone is trying to cast something at me or something I can try to dodge out of the way.
Oh, so it doesn't work in regards to magic.
No, it works actually better for magic. For magic, I can usually dodge out of the way. But usually if someone's like stabbing me with a pointy stick, then I have trouble getting out of the way. I'm much better at someone if they cast something like I don't know, have you ever heard of a fireball?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were casting a fireball at me. I'd have a better chance of getting away.
Oh, okay.
Perception check from everyone. Please.
Ooh, natural 20 from
Nice.
Ziansi.
23.
15.
22.
19.
Billy and Mudman are sparring again. You don't notice.
Billy and Mudman are sparring. Twitch is like, and everyone hears horseshoes against stone, against hard ground, against stone again, coming from just outside the cave.
You guys hear that? Hold on. Shh. It sounds like, yeah, definitely horseshoes.
As Ziansi hushes you down, you do start to hear the clomping and a whinny.
Oh, hey, Vin Weasel, go out there and check it out. I'm going to warg through their eyes.
So is this another member of your group that we think is coming along?
We do not ride on horses.
Not
okay.
anybody with a horse.
Maybe it's the
per
bounty
se.
hunters came back. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
what do your weasel eyes see?
What do I
You see, going off into the trees, away from the mouth of the cave, the back of a white horse, just as it goes out of sight, into the darkness and shadows. And it's heading west, northwestish.
So he's going to follow. And I say, it's a white horse moving away from us. I've had Vin keep following him. So we need to pack up our stuff quickly and follow as well, because otherwise if he gets outside of 100 feet, I'm going to lose him.
I was looking forward to a day off.
Oh.
And are you just turning this vision off and on, the sight off
Yes.
and on as you're explaining to them? So Vin continues pursuit.
And we're going to try and get up so that I can stay within 100 feet of it.
Okay.
You go, I'll grab your stuff.
Okay.
Okay. You get out there as you see Vin run off into the shadows as well. Do you go back to your vision?
Yes. I want to try and see if he can catch up to see more
Yeah,
of this.
and he's trying.
Yeah.
He has picked up speed. You start to advance as the horse comes into sight again for Ven, and it is still walking, and it is a skeleton horse. And Ven stops, doesn't go any further. You eventually see the horse go out of view again, and you catch up to Ven.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of trembling a little bit.
And I let him come up on my shoulders and I pet him and I say, it's all right. That was horrifying. As soon as you all catch up with me, I also explain, okay, so there was a white horse, and once we finally saw it a little clearer, it was a skeleton. Did it have a rider?
No.
It was just a horse, riderless, but skeletal. You see Vin just kind of shaking.
May Zianti do like a history or even religion check to see about stories or anything about?
Shoot.
A modified 15
Okay.
for religion check.
You know that they are many things in the undead realm that we don't see here. They are loyal. They're a little territorial to their owner, so it's weird to see one out like this. And they're harmless unless commanded otherwise or threatened.
I share that with the group. I don't know why it's wandering riderless, or maybe it was on patrol, but I don't know.
Is Twitch here?
Yes, Twitch catches up. A skeleton horse?
Yes, it was some kind of horse that was skeletal in some way.
About
At first
that-
we thought it was a white horse, but
As you're explaining this, Vin jumps off your shoulder and starts to go away from the direction the horse went, and you all hear something coming from that direction.
Coming
You hear
back toward us?
steps, leaves rustled, heavy breathing, and a large cat, not Tabaxi, bigger than a cat, comes walking up on all fours, and then up on two, and then on all fours again, and has like a saddlebag with him. He's carrying his bag over his shoulder. He stands up, he sits down, and he's, why did I say yes I would do this? And he sees all of you.
hello, Mr. Cat. Do I recognize this cat?
No, but he looks at the top of your head and says, Blackjack?
Oh.
Yes, that would be me. Yes, I am Blackjack. And who are you?
Then has come out and is standing at your feet now, calming down. My name is Sheffy, and I was sent here by Pumpkin because he told you to go to the west to look for something. So to the west was one of Charleston's hideouts. You may have known him as Charles or Charlie or Chuck.
Who?
The Raven.
Yes,
Yes.
Charlie Lloyd. Right. the
One of
Raven.
his old hideouts that he was temporarily using. Anyway, I'm here from Charleston's. There's no need for you to go that way. I have brought to you, hold on. He reaches into his saddlebag and it just weighs a ton. He just sits it in front of him on the ground. He just flops down and he opens up the flap on it and he reaches in and he pulls out two scrolls. One is large and one is small. He says, I have these two scrolls here. that I think is what you're looking for. One of them has a sketch on it that I know you've described a couple of times to Pumpkin, and Twitch just walks right up to him and snacks it out of his hand and keeps on walking about 2 or 3 feet and spins on his heels and opens up this map and just looks hypnotized. And then this other one, and he holds up the larger.
I'll take that and then look at it.
I'll describe the map here in a moment. This strange symbol, yes, that you might be looking for, I'm not sure. One of these maps also is something about a creature that's been popping up lately in the Ironwoods. Its footprint is drawn over in the corner, and as he describes it, it's these 4 elongated pieces coming out of a central spot that looks like maybe a fowl-type animal has stepped on the ground. The map is the trail of where it walks, and there's one point in the forest where every one of its paths crisscrosses to the exact same point. When you unfold yours, it is a map showing you a location northwest of here, where the tree markings on the map get thicker and thicker and thicker into a clearing that looks like it might be an odd-shaped house. And that's what I was supposed to bring to you, to keep you from having to go all the way west.
Right.
For nothing.
Sheffy, we thank you for bringing this.
No, it's fine. It only took most of the day to get here. I'm fine. I'll be okay. Do you have anything to drink?
Oh, yeah, here. And Ziansi pops a kind of viscous, dark liquid off of his...
No, Ziansi, no, he's a cat.
It's delicious.
I know.
It's false.
Okay. Sheffy, come here. And I hand him some water skin.
He takes your water skin and he says thanks, and he puts it in a satchel and flips the flap over and puts it back on his shoulder. I will make sure I let Pumpkin know that you received the 2 items, and I will bid you adieu.
All right, well,
and
be
deeply
safe.
bows.
So you said one of these maps had tracks on it?
Yes.
As a ranger, my favorite enemies are monstrosities and aberrations. To any of these footprints?
So, in that, you glance over at the map that Blackjack took and is looking on it, and there's nothing on there that looks like it's clearly tracks. And as Twitch's ears perk up from hearing your footsteps and he snaps out of studying this map, he closes it up and says, you know what? I'm tired of all this. I almost died back there. I'm gonna follow this map. You'll see me again.
Wait, Twitch, it's probably not very safe to go out there.
And he dips into a pile of leaves at the closest tree on the ground and pops his head out and says, it's safe. I'll just make sure no one sees me. And dips back down into it and pops up behind you in another pile of leaves and says, everything's fine, you'll see. I'll catch up, don't worry.
Wait,
Oh, you're really good at this.
If he wants to leave, we can't really force him to stay.
Well, we didn't even get a chance to, lay the 2 maps over each other. What if, the crisscross is where the clearing is? Oh, man.
You know how Twitch is with his secrets. He'll either be back or he'll...
At the very least, he will
survive.
stop looking at us and saying useful.
I guess he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's got that tenacity.
Looking at this map, it's deep in the woods, probably about 2 days walking.
Jaska, do you have any idea? Is that, I know the wild have been crazy, but is that where the mansion is, or is it, do you have any idea? Can you read it?
I think I've started to get my bearings around this forest. It seems to be doing that thing where it kind of moves around, similar to that slab with the weapon in it that Billy has.
Or it could be completely different.
You're holding the map?
Yes.
The arcane check.
So you're saying that this is a house that you're looking for that you've seen before, but in a different place than where it is now?
Possibly, or it is a house that we have never seen before.
All right.
It's an 8. Can I do an investigation check?
You can.
That's even worse. That's 7.
Uh-oh.
So, here you are with a map and a plan.
But what does any of this have to do with the freaky skeleton horse?
I don't know. Did the skeleton horse leave tracks?
No.
Did the skeleton horse go in the direction that the map is also telling us to go?
Yes.
Do you think you could track this using the map?
I believe so.
All right. I say we gather up our stuff. Vin, get back on my shoulder. The cat's gone. I say we move along. We know Pumpkin can catch up with us a little bit later.
Quick question, Beatrix. What kind of armor do you have waist up? Is it like a long sleeve situation, like a tank top situation?
Vest.
Okay, great. So Billy is going to root around in his little bag, and he's going to find a little piece of rope, and he's going to say, Beatrix.
Right shoulder, right here.
You may have noticed I am very small.
Right here, darling.
And so he will go up there, and he's going to take his little piece of rope, and he's going to loop it through, and so that it is a little loop on top, and that is what he will wrap his tail around for his new seatbelt.
I love your seatbelt.
It kept me from falling off in case you have to dart into action.
And this happens.
It's much faster than waiting for me to walk, because I am slow.
You travel for about half a day, not really finding anything more of the skeleton horse, nothing too out of the ordinary, and you'll hear a squeaky and a squeaking. And off in the distance, a little ahead of you, is someone pushing a cart across your path that you're walking along. It is a short, hefty halfling woman with long red hair, with a cigarette dangling out of her mouth. And she sees you, and she turns and looks at all of you and says, "Oh, hey, what do you want? You want something to eat or something? What do you want?"
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/RedDirtDnD. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at RedDirtDnD.com or RedDirtRPG.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
Following the map, going down a trail through the forest, you come across an older halfling woman pushing a cart who notices you and asks if you're hungry.
If we're hungry, yes, of course. If you're offering food, we're just wandering travelers, and it's not often.
Well,
know where our next meal's coming from.
Waves her hand, come on over, and she pulls a top of her cart up, and a flap comes out, and a smell hits you, and this thing is keeping food warm. You can see the tops of a couple of jugs. What do you want? What sounds good to you?
Well, first off, thank you so much. What's your name?
Mama Fats.
Mama Fats. And what kind of food do you have, Mama Fats?
Got a lot of beef, a lot of bread, water. I got some wine.
I'd love some wine.
You want a sandwich?
What's a sandwich?
2 pieces of bread with meat in the middle. Where are y'all from?
What a great invention.
This whole time she's talking, the cigarette is in her mouth, not falling out.
Well, this is mighty kind of you. We're from outside of these here parts, but how much money are you charging for your goods?
I'm from outside these parts too. And I'm not sure how the money thing works here. You're the first people I've seen who have talked to me instead of growling or throwing something at me.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
If you could tell me how to get out of here,
Well,
I'll fill your bellies.
Unfortunately, our hall pass out is currently taking someone else out. But if he returns, maybe he could help you.
And by out, do you mean back out of these woods or back to where you came from? Where do you come from?
I'm hoping that just outside of the woods is where I come from.
You don't come from the Feywild, do you?
The Feywild?
Apparently not. All right.
No.
So we can get you out, but we can't get you out right now because the one person that knows how to get us out of the Ironwoods is not with us.
And it's a cat.
Okay, it's a cat. That's what I'll keep my eye out for. Which way are y'all heading?
We're going northwestish.
Like into the really deep part of the forest?
Yes, really scary part.
Yeah.
We're probably going to die.
I popped up around there. There wasn't much there. There was a kind of a house that looked like it was broken or something. I don't know. You could see through it. It was weird.
see through it.
Popped up.
I'm sorry, you
near
say
a
you can
house?
see through the house?
Yeah, it's like it's not a full house. The house isn't really there all the way.
It is ghost!
I don't know. I don't think it's a ghost. Ghost.
You popped up. Popped from?
Yeah, so I was going down the street, round the corner to the tavern, but when I ran to the corner, there were trees.
And then when you look back, more trees.
Yes.
Did you happen to have sneezed when that happened?
Look, I know I got a really bad cough and stuff, but you don't have to make fun of me.
Oh, I'm not making fun of you. I found myself to be in that same situation many times, and it's always come along with the sneeze. I am legit asking you a question.
No, there was no sneezing.
Okay.
What do you want to eat? You want one of these? We take bread. You put this meat in the bread.
Protein
Are you following
carb
this?
combo.
Yes, of
Protein
course.
carb
It's so
combo.
fascinating.
I know, that's a really interesting way to eat your food. Usually we just have bread or meat, or bread and meat.
Not at the same time?
Why would we have it at the same time?
You're gonna love it. And she starts packing some stuff into an old sack, wraps it up, pulls one of the jugs out, hands it to you. I'm looking for a cat, right?
You're looking for a cat.
Is that what I'm looking for? To get out of here.
His name is Pumpkin.
Oh, I thought you were just looking for, in general.
You
looking
said it
for
was a cat.
And maybe Sheffy is new cat. He may also be able to help. I don't know. We did not ask.
Can you help? And points at you, Beatrix.
I guess not. Not if it was a sneeze that got you here. So, I also want to know what's in this jug.
I don't know. I'm going to taste what's in the jug.
It's wine.
It's wine.
Well, Miss,
Disappointing.
So
Mama
none for
Cat,
Ziansi.
you're looking for a cat, like an actual cat, and she gestures about how big.
When you say
Pumpkin
actual
is.
cat, she looks at you, like raises an eyebrow, and then just turns her eyes towards Beatrix.
Well,
and
that's a
back to you again.
tabaxi.
Tabaxi, okay.
They're a little different.
Different.
So, four-legged, down on the floor, on the ground. Orange with some cute little markings. He asked us to stay at this cavern it's about a day's walk southeast. I think if you hang there, if we're not back by the time that he gets back, he might do an extra trip for you.
You're a good kid. I appreciate that.
And thank you. And thank you for these meals. I'm very interested in to try what this sandwich.
Don't forget to tell everybody where you got it. And she starts shutting everything down and starts pushing the cart again. And it rolls a little bit, and then it's a struggle. And then it rolls a little bit, and it's a struggle. And she starts going back the way all of you all came.
I am suspicious.
Sounds like she came from an area where the house was that I'm hearing you discussing that you're trying to find, yes?
Yes, and it's different. Apparently it's now transparent.
I guess we'll have to go see for ourselves what it actually looks like.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It could be fading. Our window could be closing, Blackjack.
Exactly, so I think we should hurry
better
as
kick it into
fast
gear.
as possible.
How do you like that sandwich?
That's interesting. I feel like I'm getting way too many carbs.
So, yeah, you keep walking. You got to bed down for the night. It's going to take more than a day to get there. Camp down, and we need a watch order.
Billy's going to go first. Jaska, Cianci, at the darkest is going to be Beatrix.
Oh, what's her face over here?
And then myself, and each one going for about 2 hours.
Okay.
So as we are kind of bedding down for the night, I wait until I think most people are asleep, and then I find Blackjack.
Hey, Blackjack, are you awake?
Cianci, what's going on, my friend?
So, you know the whole thing with the beholder mind thingamajigger?
Yes.
Right? And when we were trapped. So, that really messed with me a lot. I was just tired of the whole thing of being here, and I was scared, and, well, I've never been a real super religious person, but I found myself talking to Grandma Spider a lot.
Oh.
During that time.
I understand.
Yeah, so she answered me back.
I'm sorry, she did what?
Yes, it was like when you were in her head, but I just knew it was her instead. I didn't trust it for a while, but I may have asked that if we got out of there and you were alive and safe, then maybe I would, devote the rest of my life to her.
So you've turned to religion?
Yes.
Let me ask you something. Do I have to change in any way because of this?
No, in fact, she said that you were not allowed in any temple at any time unless under very close supervision. I think she knows about the thing with the guy.
I've been banned from every temple in the Feywild. Yes.
Yeah.
They have my picture up.
Right. It's not very good.
Do not allow this particular folk into this building.
Right. I think that's probably why Sheffy from the town of Charleston's knew you. Yeah.
Well, how's this going to affect our partnership? As far as, because I've always depended on you.
Well, you still can. It's just that now you'll still have your abilities with trickery and all of those things. And now I'm a devotee of trickery with a little bit of faith. It'll be fun.
I understand that. It's been tough since you and I have been out here. It's not our world.
No.
And hopefully we can find our way back. And I totally support your decision to be in contact with Grandmother Spider. She's been one of my favorite deities. I'm still not allowed in the temples, but...
No, I'm not gonna lie, it was more kind of, as I look back on it, maybe panic and stress, but then when she answered, so I think it's gonna work out really well.
I like it a lot. And Vin's very excited about it, too.
Yes, Vin Weasel, he's one of my favorites.
Yes. Let me ask you something, Cianci. What do you think about this Beatrix?
The Tabaxi?
Yes.
Yeah, she's got like a flair to herself.
I agree. And I think she's kind of on the, the roguish side, and she kind of fits in with us. I think we're getting stronger as a party. I think that now that you'll have the blessing of the goddess, we might be able to survive this, and who knows, hopefully find our way back home.
Right. Maybe they would want to go with us into the Feywild.
That would
Maybe,
be wonderful.
We could all go together.
I agree. Well, we'll have to see. In the meantime, is there anything special you need to do to...
But she likes communion, so, I'll be spending some time, probably in the evening as the twilight settles. If you see me all over alone, talking to myself, well, that's kind of normal sometimes. But this time it'll have a focus.
Right. I do the same thing with my patron, so it's, I understand completely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you get some rest.
Okay.
And we'll see you in the morning.
All right, we'll go sleep. They'll never.
Yeah.
We'll tell them. I just wanted to tell you first.
Yes. Well, I'm very proud of you, Cianci. I'm glad to see you growing.
Jaska, on your watch. I need perception.
Okay. 23.
So before the dire wolf gets to the pack of food that Mama Fat's packed up for you, you see him and his two companions closing in.
I whistle sharply and loudly to alert the party members.
And you have alerted the dire wolves. Initiative. Cianci.
That is a 21.
Okay. Beatrix.
22.
Blackjack.
Got a 22. I have a dex of +3.
No
As
pressure.
do I.
No pressure, Connor.
Rollies!
4.
19.
Okay. So we got Blackjack, then Beatrix, then Ziansi.
20. I'm playing 15.
And Billy.
10.
Okay. Blackjack.
All right.
You hear a whistle, and you roll over, and within reach of you is your pack that has the food from Amafats. Within about an arm's length of that is a dire wolf.
Am I in melee with it, or can I back up?
You're in melee and you're prone, because you're laying down sleeping.
I will grab the backpack, pull it up, and stand. We are going to take the backpack and Misty Step 30 feet away. I am going to Eldritch Blast. 12 for the first one.
Yes.
All right. Second attack is 12. I was totally thrown off. I just quickly try to fire 2 Eldritch Blasts, and neither of them hit.
Okay.
They're all coming in from the edge of the forest.
Yes.
Okay. I want to move another 30 feet back. From
Beatrix.
I always hate trying to just go off on attacking something that hasn't attacked yet. But how far away from?
Well, imagine you guys are all sleeping within 10 to 15 feet of each other around a little fire. So tell me how far away you were from Blackjack when you fell asleep. Wink.
Right? So I was probably about 5 feet away
You're
from him.
You're within 10,
We're all
15 feet
within
of one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that was closest to the backpack is the one that's closest to the whole group.
Okay, well then I guess I will jump up and try to poke it with the rapier.
Do it.
Does 25 poke it?
It does.
So that's a 16.
Fantastic. What else you got for me?
A 13?
Misses.
Okay. Well then I'm just gonna slide on back out of the way.
Okay. Ziansi.
Zionsi wakes up and speaks a word of radiance.
Yeah.
And tell me again how many there were?
3.
3. I thought that was right. So each one of those folks needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
14, 12, and 7. What was I looking for?
DC 13.
So
The one that
one
got the-
saved, 2 did not. What happens to those 2?
Those 2 that did not save take 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
No extra effects or anything like that. And then Zionsi will stand.
Jaska.
Knowing that these are wolves and they've got special stuff, shift into that more bestial form of hers.
Nice.
So cool.
To negate pack tactics. And she will step back a little and fire off a shot at one of the wolves.
Okay.
17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 11 points of piercing damage, magic from the longbow of the autumn fairies.
Okay.
She will whistle to have Raspberry come in for 3 points of piercing, and her second shot. 17 plus 9,
That hits.
only 5 points of piercing damage.
Got anything else for me?
That's it.
It is their turn. One lets out a shriek with that hit. And it cowers back for a moment, and the other 2 come in. Beatrix, you are the closest to it.
Boy.
14 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. And then the other one is 14. That doesn't hit you. And the one that was wounded lunges out. 16 hit you.
Yes.
Okay. It leaps in and it just does a quick chomp at you because it's still kind of scared and just does a snap and hits you for 8 points of piercing.
So 4 points uncanny dodged.
Very well.
Sweet.
And that is the wolves. Billy.
I jump up and I take out my sword and I will try to stab the wounded one. Mudman, help me! And so Mudman is going to fly around the wolf and try to get him all distracted and give me the help action if you allow it.
No, but when you go to swing, Mudman's on the other side of you. So the wolf is flanked and you get to roll with advantage.
Mudman, pull his tail!
Beautiful.
That's going to be 23.
You hit.
Minimum damage 4.
And it yelps again as it takes a step back and slumps down on its side and is out.
Can I reach a different wolf? Because I had to use half my movement to stay, and my movement's only 25. Because I do have another attack.
I'll let you.
Okay.
Use the rest of your movement to walk up to it, yes.
21.
21 hits.
Only a 5. And that will be my turn.
You strike this wolf, and it leers back also as its companion pulls up alongside of him. And in the background, you hear from something you can't see.
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Ironwoods is Johnny Payne as Twitch and your Dungeon Master, Carrie Hester as Billy, Connor Shenold as Jaska, Kim Cross as Beatrix, Brooke Bullock as Zianci, and I'm Michael Cross as Blackjack. Special thanks to our Silver Star Paladin patron, Shenanigans Unplugged. The showrunner for Campaign 2 is Aidan Cross. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician PJ Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of TabletopAudio.com, Sirenscape, and Monument Studios. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by SD Way Gaming. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at reddirtdnd.com. If you enjoy the new campaign of Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we travel farther into the Ironwoods.
I know you told us to wait until you get back, but what general direction?
In case you die, where should we look?
Pumpkin is my favorite
Your favorite?
cat.
Named Pumpkin.
But
Favorite cat under 30 pounds?
his name is Vin Weasel.
Finn Weasel.
Lightning strikes and you die.
I shall call him Blackjack Jr.
So we got Blackjack and Pitch Black over here.
And then the weasel just says, family!
Family.
You're afraid of the dark, are you?
As a weasel, how's his temperament?
I don't know him very well. I just met him.
I'm just worried about his anger management. I mean, obviously he's going to be fast. I just don't want him to also be furious.
Every single time Pumpkin is gone and comes back, there's always something new. There's always some sort of new creature.
Keep adopting things. Stop adding things.
Yeah, definitely horseshoes.
Or coconuts.
On stone.
As Yancy. Damn it. Right.
She's going to fit right in.
As
Coconuts. Oh, hey, Vin Weasel, go out there and check it out. I'm going to warg through their eyes.
Finn Weasel says, squeak, and goes.
Squeaker.
Lowers goggles down.
That squeak translates to family.
Everyone goes Fast and Furious. I've never seen a single one of those movies. I always go Pitch Black.
I
Yeah.
did
Pitch Black,
just see a trailer for a new one. There's a
No
So-
way.
You're gonna go
Is
on
he in
forever.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Leaves, rustled, heavy breathing.
Wait, Vin, come back, you coward.
Guys,
Sorry, I took that from Billy.
And he stops behind a tree.
get off the road. Get off the road now.
Anyway, I'm here from Charleston's to give you these.
It's such a great Easter egg. If you all out there don't know.
Oh my god.
Wait, I don't get that one.
He works at Charleston.
On
Andrew.
an episode of
Andrew.
Plausible Deniability, we played
Oh.
Trivial Pursuit, and I said the person who answers this question first correctly, I'm going to mention you when I take the DM chair. Andrew Sheffy won, and he works
He's
at Charleston's.
nightmare.
Hi, Andrew.
So, we'll hide from the outtakes.
Sheffy, we thank you for bringing this.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It only took. Well,
Sorry.
Curie.
I'm so sorry. I tried all that. It came out before I could stop it.
I got a lot of beef.
It's what's for dinner.
This cavern that's about a day's walk back east, southeast. I'm lost.
That way.
I know.
How do you you like that sandwich?
That's interesting. I feel like I'm getting way too many carbs.
You should have had it toasted.
You're tired now.
You've never had a sandwich before.
You should try it with Italian herbs and cheese.
So good.
Do not allow this jackalope folk into this building.
Right.
I did honestly assume that was why Sheffy recognized you. He had seen your wanted poster.
Get out of my brain. That's exactly what I was going to say next. And now, I'm a devotee of trickery with a little bit of fate. It'll be fun.
So what you're saying is we're now on a mission from God.
Hey, God.
We're like the Blues Brothers. It's Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi right here.
You know, if you could get yourself some night vision goggles, we would just be set.
We've got a full tank of gas, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Oh, boy.
Longest outtake ever.
And Vin's very excited about it, too.
Yes, Vin Weasel. He's one of my favorites.
Yes.
What do you think he looks like in the Feywild? Like, this is just a representation of him here, right?
Yeah. I think he's really hot.
Tall, bald.
Bald, tattoos.
Absolutely.
Deep voice.
You're looking at driving cars.
We're not doing it on purpose. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah, Michael's the one that has to do all the editing.
Can't pay two's the phone one. Good.
And I think she's kind of on the, the roguish side, and she kind of fits in with us.
Blackjack. Are you telling, you like her?
My face is probably really red right now for a jackalope.
Good thing it's dark.
I have dark vision.
Shades
of gray.
Why is your face heating up?
Infravision, first edition.
Does 25 poke it?
It does. But just no.
But just barely. This is wearing armor.
Plate mail wolf.
Right.
Right?
Trask armor wolf.
Okay.
We are going to take the backpack and Misty Step 30 feet away.
He really likes those sandwiches.
He wants to save
No
them.
doubt.
Save the sandwiches.
Save the sandwiches, save the world.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, we've done a lot of things together.
Don't tell her everything.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, plausible deniability.
Hey, that's the name of a show.
Damn it, Michael Cross.
That's how you do it.
If it was anybody, I'm glad it was you.